Mein Lehman, it's Wolfenstein 3D. I still say that to this day when I waste people in first-person shooters.
Mein Leben!
Wolfenstein 3D originally was released in 1992 and is regarded as one of the first, if not the first-person shooter video game. The grandfather of all the games that we enjoy today, the Call of Duty series, Halo, GoldenEye, Doom, Unreal, Quake, Red Faction, Time Splitters, Duke Nukem 3D. They all trace their roots back to Wolfenstein 3D. At least I think so. I suppose somebody could probably argue that, but why waste time arguing? You should be playing Wolfenstein 3D. There's bad guys to shoot, and treasure to collect.
Mein Leben! Mein Leben!
This is the first-person shooter that I played. I am sure of that. I like the ceiling as well. Who needs a ceiling? Just make it gray. One of my favorite parts of this game is that since you don't have a map that you can pull up and everything looks more or less the same, you leave a trail of dead bodies like breadcrumbs to remind you where you've been. This is on the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation Network, also available for Xbox Live Arcade, and it's a terrific presentation of the old-school PC Wolfenstein 3D. It's been years since I've played this, and it's every bit as enjoyable now as it was back in the early 1990s. Actually, it might be even more fun now than it was back then. Everything now seems to focus on stealth and headshots and...
Mein Leben!
I just like the simplicity of the old shooters like Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. If you remember the original back in the day, this is a no-brainer. Immediately download this. You get a lot of bang for your buck with this game too. It's not a small game. Make sure to check the walls for all of the secrets. This does have trophy support on PS3. And the game is so enjoyable that they're easy to collect all of them. It's not nearly as complex as the modern day shooters. For one thing, you do not aim up or down, you just move side to side, front and back, and shoot everything in front of you. There's lots of secret doors and hiding places for treasure. It's more like an arcade game than most of the shooters out today because you're scoring points and you're collecting treasure. You can get extra lives. You can actually save the game and pick it up later if you want to continue from where you're at. It's not an easy game, even though it's older. It's actually quite tricky because you've got to watch your corners, watch behind you. The game doesn't use audio quite like the newer ones do, so it's harder to tell when somebody's behind you. You can bust into a room and shoot everybody that you see, and still miss the guy standing to your back left. There's fun and creative end bosses that you encounter, and for most of the missions, at least that I remember, you're hunting for a key and then you unlock the door to finish the mission. And, come on, I like any game that has food as a health power-up. And not just plates of delicious chicken laying on the floor in a castle, but dog food also gives you additional health. With this version of Wolfenstein 3D, when you download it, you get 6 missions, and they're large, there's lots to do. The overall look and presentation of the game is fantastic. It sounds very nice. The music is really old school. and certainly doesn't jump out as one of the best features of the game, but if you've played this originally, you'll really get a kick out of it. And if you're into the newer shooters today, if you did not grow up playing Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, you should play this because it's like Pac-Man. It's a game that will be fun 100 years from now and more, because it's Wolfenstein 3D. And it may look rudimentary, but how many games have 3D objects that face you no matter how you turn around them? The gameplay in here is outstanding, so Wolfenstein 3D is not only an important piece of video game history, but also one of the most entertaining shooters ever made.